Hello everyone and welcome to another video with Cass on the Maizuma channel. You probably know what this machine does just from the title of this video, but if you're a little bit patient, I will show you some really cool things that we can do with this machine. So we have a villager inside this little box, and if we flip the lever, we will start the bone meal machine. So for whatever reason, whenever you turn on the machine, there is something around a 30 seconds cooldown before the villager realizes that he has to harvest and replant. But after the first harvest, he will keep replanting continuously and then producing wheat for you. So let's wait a little bit. Alright, it's been around 30 seconds and now he's continually harvesting and replanting by himself. He has all the seeds that he will ever need, and here inside the chest is where we're going to collect our wheat. So we have 20 now, and soon we're going to have 21. And yeah, we also have a conveniently placed crafting table here if you need to craft everything into hay bales. And on this other side, of course, we will need bone meal. Bone meal, you can also feed bone meal in here, which is pretty cool. And as you can see, the machine will only pull the bone meal and leave the wheat alone. And yeah, this will all be stored inside the machine, and it will be able to take care of itself. Bounties. So the other really cool thing that I want to mention about this machine before I show you the redstone behind it is how it will keep continually producing in our world. So as you can see, we have 34 here. So if I teleport myself to a faraway location, so I am now 1000 blocks far away from that original location, and I build the machine in the spawn chunks. So usually you would expect plants not to grow far away from the player, but bone meal will force plants to grow even without the presence of the player, as long as it keeps running. So as long as you build it in the spawn chunk. So let's get back there. So now I'm back here, and as you can see, we now have 43. We have 10 more. And yeah, guys, this will produce around 1 wheat every 4 seconds. So in less than 4 hours, you should expect to have a full double chest of wheat. If nothing breaks the machine, and nothing should break it. The redstone is pretty simple, it's compact, looks a little bit overcomplicated, but it's a pretty cool machine. So down here we have a proper filter, a weird filter to get only the bone meal inside the item elevator. The item elevator is somehow silent. I don't know if you guys know this item elevator. I always use this most of the time. If you extend it, it's here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 high. It will be silent. Let me demonstrate it to you. Not that it counts a lot, because the bone meal filters will for sure be the highest source of noise. But even if you decide to load the system while the machine is deactivated, at least this thing will not sound. Here's the water to hydrate the tilled soil here. And finally, there's this red circuit here that's here to turn off the system automatically. So say you have your chest completely full, to the point that even the wheat filter starts to fill up. So let me demonstrate it first without the lock. So if I turn on the system now, the bone meal shooters will start, but when this thing gets completely full, as you can see, the red circuit will turn off your input automatically. And yeah, so you won't waste any bone meal here. So when you have free space again, eventually the filter will activate the bone meal automatically back again for you, so you don't have to worry. So lots of advantages, not really difficult to build. And if you guys are interested in having such an incredible machine in your world, I will do a tutorial for you now. Okay guys, let's start by defining where we want our general interface to be. So let me break those blocks on the side so you can see it better. Alright, so here is where our villager is going to be. Place your dirt here. Don't till the soil yet. This is the last thing we're going to do. And you are also going to need a light source. So I like to use glowstone here on top. Now you can see also the distance between the dirt, which is our reference, to the chest. And this should be a regular chest. Crafting table is optional, but I'm sure you're gonna need this at some point. So from under the third block, we can hold shift and place 2 hoppers like this. And here we're gonna have a hopper facing this way as well. And now count 5 hoppers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for the item elevator, we're gonna use droppers. So 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And here we will use dispensers. So take note, notice that those are not droppers, they are dispensers. Okay, this could be a source of confusion always. And this one in the middle is going to be a dropper. So dropper in the middle and dispenser at those 2 places. So finally we have 2 hoppers connecting these guys, then extra storage here, just a regular chest for the bone meal, and hold shift and place your last hopper right there, guys. So you can pause the video now and then check your build. Now we're gonna build a sort of weird filter, item filter. So it's a good idea to have a redstone block here to lock those hoppers for now. So here we need to place 1 stack of wheat, and then just filler items here. Those can be anything really. And here at the main hopper, we just need 1 item and another filler. It's very important that the filler that you use here is not the same as the one you use in here. I think it can go up to 6 if I'm not mistaken. And we can start wiring this. Should be easy. So make sure to have a slab there. Now place your comparator going out like this. And finally here, Peter on 2 ticks. This also should be a slab. My mistake there. And this is our first filter. Alright, and this is basically all for the side circuit. Now for the white circuit, so let me just break a few more blocks in here. We're gonna need to use the space in there, and we're going 1 down this time. Redstone dust, repeater on 2 ticks, and a torch here. Alright, and that should be easy as well. So now we can get rid of this block and build our second filter. This is going to be a regular filter, so just get your bone meal right there. Get some filler blocks. I would say you can use these nuggets, for example, and just place them there. Place this guy in here. I believe this is 17 items, 17 or 18. I always have to remind myself. Let's use 17 items right there. Okay, let the filter do its thing, and now we should have some items in here. So this comparator will turn on because of the bone meal that we already have here. Use a torch right there, and now just place solid blocks, torch tower, repeater on 2 ticks, and now this is a little bit of a weird thing. So the item elevator is already working. But this wire doesn't need to connect to this guy here. It's not a big deal, but it's best if it doesn't connect. So I will use one of the great uses of observers now. It's a block that's a full block, also transparent block, and also bends wires. And the reason why we need a full block there is because we are going to have water inside this. So I always like to use glass in these cases here, just to make it clear to anyone investigating the circuit that we actually have water there. But before, I will just place this red block here because this is going to be part of the red circuit as well. So place your water there. Finally, we can have this, and then should be something like this. And then, oops, I mean, I made a mistake here. So the red circuit still needs one extra block. So your wire goes 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of wire, and then here solid block, another torch. Supposed to be the red circuit, and then one repeater. Okay, and finally we can take care of the input. So your input can be a piece of redstone dust there. Where's my observer? I don't have one in my inventory apparently, so let me pick one up from there. So here, and here you can add your decorative blocks at this point, like this. You can close the little cage where the villager is supposed to be inside all the time. And now we're gonna build a clock like this. Alright, so if we cover these sides, we can also have a lever right there, and this turns off the clock, which is supposed to be the bone meal clock. And here we already have the bone meal, and on the other side we already have just a little bit, and this chest is here also to split the bone meal equally on both sides, which is pretty useful. Alright, so far so good. So now it's a good time to bring our villager in. So before you do that, it's best if you have 8 stacks of seeds already. It's a well-known trick. Alright, you just place the seeds in there, and this is supposed to fill up the villager's inventory so that he's not able to craft bread, and instead he's going to make pure wheat for you. So I'll just use a command here, and as you can see, the villager picked up all the wheat. Then we can just lock her in. Apparently I still have a few stacks on me. Okay, the villager picked it all up. I can now till the soil under her feet, close this, and start closing everything around here. I can also start placing bone meal in here, so let's place just a few stacks in there. And we can also turn on the farm just to see if it's going to work. She should be planting already, and she did, and apparently it's working already. I also like to cover these just because it looks a little bit better. Don't worry about the seeds, they will all despawn. I also like to cover this. And as an extra note, if you don't like the idea of placing the bone meal here where your wheat is going to be, well, let's just wait. I think this filter has to fill up a little bit before it starts placing items in there. Let me see if I have forgotten anything in here. Apparently not. Alright, so if instead you want to have a dedicated chest for the bone meal, you can also add it right on this side in here, and then hook this up like this. Even have a extra even has room for an extra hopper there. And if you want, on this other side for symmetry as well, you can have this be your crafting chest. This is a trapped chest, but this is not going to interfere with anything. If you don't want this lamp showing in here, you can let me use this. Let me turn this off just because the sound is annoying. You can just lock this, then break this, and then where is a torch here? Yeah, then no redstone will be showing, just this hopper in here. Then break this, turn this back on, and there you go. This is a completely different interface. You also can hide this if you want, and that's it, guys. That's it. A NanoFarm that works 24/7 if you build it in the spawn chunks. That's very simple and cool to use, and there we have. We already are producing some wheat here. She stopped because of the cooldown thing that I explained at the beginning of the video. And that's it, guys. Hope that you guys enjoyed, and hope to see you back here soon again. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye.